As most of you probably know, there's a custom here in Japan where when you visit someone else's house for the first time, you bring them a gift. And this is something you would do, for example, if you were going to stay with the host family. A lot of people will bring extra gifts with them when they come to visit, just in case they happen to get invited over someone's house or something like that. And if you're going to be in Japan for an extended period of time and not just for like a short visit, then that's something you might want to consider doing too. There's all kinds of advice online about what kind of gifts you should give to Japanese people, but I decided to settle things today the way that I like to do them, which is with numbers and charts. So back last April, I asked our Japanese viewers what they would like foreigners to bring as gifts, and today I'm going to go over their responses. There were 50 valid responses, and since this wasn't a poll or anything where people could select one certain answer, some people recommended multiple things, other people recommended nothing. So the numbers we give you are going to be the number of people who just came up with it on their own out of 50. As you can see, 27 people recommended food, 14 recommended a small decorative item, and 11 recommended pictures, and I'm going to explain exactly what all of that means. Most other things were single comment suggestions. Also, aside from these categories, 34 people went out of their way to mention that they would like something specific from your country. The number one answer, with 27 people recommending it, was food or snacks, and more specifically, food from your own country that you can't really get in Japan. So what can you get in Japan? Most major international food brands, actually. So instead of hitting up Walmart for snacks, why don't you try going to a smaller specialized store? So for example, if your country has a lot of good chocolate or maple syrup, for example, those would be good gifts to bring. And unique items are good too. If you're from Australia and you have alligator jerky, that can be a cool gift to bring. 2 people went out of their way to mention that the packaging on something is important. So if you can find something that's packed in like a cute little box, maybe with a bow or something like that, that'd be a really good idea. So for example, June and I recently received this box of chocolates from France. It's super cute, and see, it's got a little bow on it. This would be a really good souvenir gift. 6 other people actually recommended against bringing food or snacks because they said that tastes differ too much in Japan and they're worried they wouldn't like it. But a total of 9 people said that they would be happy with absolutely anything, and it's really the thought that counts. I personally think bringing food is a good idea, and that's usually what I bring because that's kind of the easiest thing to find as a gift. If you really want to find something that you think will suit Japanese taste buds, then I would stay away from like the really brightly colored things or things with really strong flavors, and maybe stick to subtle, refined flavors. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but that's really the best way I would be able to explain it. Chocolates are always good. It's a really easy gift. I would just try to stick away from American crap chocolates. Don't bring them a Hershey's bar or something. And if you get the opportunity and you have the ingredients, you can always try making a meal for them from your country. The next biggest recommendation, with 14 suggestions out of 50, is a small decorative item. What is a small decorative item and why do people want it? Some people prefer to have something that lasts rather than something they'll just eat and throw away, like with food. And why small? Because a lot of the places here are really small and they don't have a lot of room to stash a whole bunch of junk. Not that what you're bringing would be junk, but they don't have room for it. A small decorative item would probably be something that's representative of your country or your state or your city, and it's something that the recipient can put on display and look at later and then remember all the fun times that they spent with you. For example, I have a couple things I can show you. I have this hand-carved camel from Tunisia camel, and I have this decorative coin from Dubai, and I have this glass dagger from Afghanistan. From Russia, you could bring a matryoshka doll or a little statue of St. Basil's Cathedral. From Australia, you could bring a little figure of the Sydney Opera House, or you could bring like a little kangaroo or koala bear figure. Something handmade is completely fine, and in a lot of cases, it can make the item seem cooler or more collectible. And actually, 11 people mentioned that they wouldn't mind having something handmade. And the third most common suggestion, with 11 out of 50 comments, is pictures, a picture book, a calendar, or even a postcard. Something from your country or hometown. Let people see where and how you grew up. Tell stories about what it's like living in your hometown. That's one of the most interesting parts of meeting someone from another culture, right? You want to know about them and see what it's like living on their side of the world. In general, think about who you're bringing gifts for. Typically, you only give gifts to people if they do something generous for you, or for example, if they invite you over to their home for like a meal. If you're just visiting Japan for 2 weeks and you don't have plans to meet anyone, then you don't need to bring anything at all. If you're going to be studying abroad but you're not going to be homestaying, you still might want to consider bringing something just in case you happen to meet someone. If you are homestaying, then get to know who's in your host family. If you don't know what to bring for them, you can always ask. But gifts that are age or station appropriate are always good. So for example, if your host family has a teenage daughter, then you could bring her like a necklace or a bracelet from your country. By the way, it's not uncommon for Japanese women not to have pierced ears, so if you don't know, then I would not bring earrings. If your host family has a housewife and you know she does a lot of cooking, then you can always bring her something for the kitchen. I know how sexist that sounds, but really, it's okay. June brought back a can opener from America because he was literally using like one of those old like stabby can openers to open Leo's food. And I mean, think about it. If you're cooking every single day, would you rather use like this boring old spatula, or would you rather use this spatula I got from France? Okay, and now for some gifts that you shouldn't bring. Meats, plant seeds, drugs, because all of those things are illegal to take across international borders and you probably won't even get them through the airport. Also, drugs are just illegal, period. Keep in mind that for all gifts, do not bring anything that's too expensive because they're gonna feel uncomfortable accepting it and then they're gonna feel pressured to reciprocate it. I mean, if you have something really cool at the dollar store in your country, then even that is fine. I'd say a good safe gift is maybe anywhere from $5 to $20 or whatever the purchasing power equivalent of that amount is in your country. If you're bringing something for your boss or someone really went out of their way to help you a lot, then you can bring something that's a little more expensive, but don't put yourself out about it and don't spend outside of your means. No one wants you to get stressed out just thinking about a gift. It's really okay, even if you can't come with anything at all. And if after all these suggestions you still can't come up with something, then I usually default to Ferrero Rocher chocolates. And that totally sounds like I'm plugging a product, but I'm not. You can get them here in Japan too, but they're just delicious and everyone loves them. I think that's an alright gift to get. And Ferrero Rocher, you should totally like pay me now or send me some chocolates. When you do hand someone a gift, wait until you get seated in their home and then present it to them and say, "Tsumaranai mono desu ka?" Which means, "This is really boring, but here you go." Or if you can't remember that, you can just say, "Omiyage desu," which means, "This is a souvenir." Or if you can't speak Japanese at all, you can just say, "Here, gift, presento desu." And that's it. But beware, one word of caution. You can get locked into lifelong gift-giving battles with people. June's aunt and my grandma are in a gift-giving battle. They've never met. I don't remember how they started giving each other gifts, but every time I get off the plane in one or the other country, I have a gift for one of them. They're on like round 4 of a 4-year gift-giving battle now. Anyway, I hope this was all helpful and you feel less stressed out about giving gifts now. If you do have experiences with giving gifts, maybe you can tell us about it in the comments so other people can read about them and see how things went for you. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later.